In this video I'm going to be replacing the DPF pressure sensor on this 2008 Audi A4 with the 2-litre diesel engine. The fault code it has permanently on now is a 5262, which corresponds to a signal fault on the DPF pressure sensor. The pressure sensor lives at the very back of the engine, just sits here, and this is the connector we can see on it. So if we pop off our engine cover, it gives us easier access. So first of all we're going to pop off the electrical connector. It's a 3-pin plug. And then we need to undo the Torx bolt that holds it onto the mount. I found there wasn't room to get my ratchet in with a T30 socket on it, so I had to resort to a Allen key kind of configuration. Once we get it loosened, we can take it off by hand. I'm going to pop our bolt safely up here. So we can see there's two hoses attached to the bottom of the sensor, and these are held on with little spring clamps. So next we're going to remove those two. So I was able to use needle nose vice grips to remove the two clamps and slide them down, and then using a trim removal tool and a bit of work I was able to wiggle both hoses off, and now I have the sensor free. Here we can compare the old and new sensor, the old one being on the left and the new one on the right. The part number for the old one is 07Z906051B, and this is the updated version of that older sensor. They're both made by Bosch. I chose to go with the genuine part from the Audi garage, which came in at €59. To install the new sensor, it's the reverse of taking out the sensor. I've put a tiniest little bit of WD-40 on the two barbs just to make them easier to slide in. Probably easier to do it one at a time, but we'll see how we get on. They are both different sizes, the two hoses, so you're not going to get them mixed up too easily. And then tighten up both hose clamps. Can slide them up. And around to the back. We can then put our T30 bolt back in place. And tighten it up. And pop on our electrical connector. We can now start the car and see if the engine light appears or not. If it does appear, we will need to reset the code. And the engine light has gone out for the first time in a couple of months. I didn't have to clear any codes. I'm going to run a quick scan on the engine just to check there are no other codes. There is one fault, which is the same code, but I'm guessing that that code is not active anymore, so we're going to erase it and see if it reappears. And there we go, we have a pass with no fault codes. Okay, hopefully that was useful to you. Alright, thanks, bye bye.